It's gone from just being wicked t-shirts to t-shirts that can tell these stories, follow people's journeys, that captured Birmingham in a good light.
We're in Shoughton, Birmingham to meet two brothers who set up a coffee shop with their friends. Welcome to part 4.
I'm Ben.
I'm James.
And we're born in Brum. It started in 2017, yeah. A friend of mine was selling a coffee roaster, and I think it was more of an opportunity that couldn't be missed. So I scraped all the money I had together and bought our first coffee roaster, this one that's right behind us now. When we bought the coffee roaster, didn't really have a plan of where it was going to go and what we was going to do, so that's why I asked Mum. I already had a little workshop at the bottom of my mum's garden that, I have sort of family home. I said, look, can I move this coffee roaster in there? So me, you and our cousin Matt, we lifted this 150 kilo roaster that's behind us down to the bottom of the garden. It was 2018, wasn't it, when was you at school? 2018, 2017. Left school and was just looking for something to sort of stick your head into, really.
So left school in May and then September.
But you'd helped me because I run my maintenance business from home at Mum's house where we grew up. So you'd already helped me for a few years, hadn't you, with work experience and stuff.
All the lifting.
Yeah, all the lifting, all the heavy work. So it was. So you're kind of familiar with the industry a little bit, wasn't you?
Yeah.
We went down to London Coffee Festival. Got a little bit of inspiration from there. We sat down, had a little look about what was around in Birmingham, as in a specialty coffee industry. And that's when we realised that, there wasn't really any other specialty coffee roasters in Birmingham. There were some artisan coffee roasters, but there was no specialty coffee roasters. So that's when we started New Era. The coffee industry changed quite a bit, sort of around 2010s into third wave coffee. What you found was there was a lot of old school, like traditional classic Italiano suppliers. And then on the other hand, you had all these sort of third wave of coffee roasters, coffee suppliers that were more quality driven, sustainably driven. And there were two ends of the spectrum. So there wasn't really anyone that was combining the two, and somewhere in the middle. So I think the idea was, like I say, when we got together, was to just offer a new era of a business, really, and just something that, quality driven, but also a traditional approach. Our nan and granddad used to own the Chinese down the end of the road there. I don't know Chinese. They used to have it as a clothes store called Delfray many years ago. And they sold it to actually a Chinese family that turned it into Chung Fat. It was one of the first Chinese takeaways in the area. So this row of shops had a bit of a sentimental value, a little bit to us, and I wanted one for years, really. And as soon as the tattoo guy closed this one, and I noticed that it was closed, I got straight in touch with Shelley's Flowers, 2 doors down. I said, please give me the name of your landlord, because I want to, try and get the place if I can. And he met me, and we just took it straight that day, just shook hands, and we got the shop. Brumtown's our signature blend, yeah. I think when did we do Brumtown from the start?
Nah, a bit in, I reckon 2020.
Yeah.
Just come out of lockdown.
Actually, Brumtown come about mostly when we were doing Coventry Coffee Festival, and in order to stand out, we thought we'd create a blend, something that we could market. And we exhibited it in Birmingham Coffee Festival the first year last year, didn't we? Yeah. And sold out, didn't we? And it was actually good because out of about 50 vendors, we were the only coffee roasters from Birmingham, weren't we? I think there was 2 maybe. So selling a Brumtown blend, everybody loved it because we had a story to tell and we were local, so people quite enjoyed the fact that we were actually local. Then we got the keys in January. This time 5 years ago, didn't we? It was meant to be a training facility for our wholesale customers originally. And people were passing, and we used to let people come in. Do you remember, like Pauline was one of the first customers that just come in and sit down in the corner and have a coffee, and then a few people started clocking on and they would come and sit down, and I think the demand really from the local people, we just decided to open it, and we opened 3 days a week, and Wednesday to Friday I think originally, and then we just added a day either or, and that's when Reece joined us in 2019. That's when we decided to open full-time as a coffee bar as well.
In 2019, like Ben said, I was actually made redundant from a job I had before this, so I was working in hospitality. So I had little knowledge of coffee, like to the extent that I probably do now. And Pauline, who I talked about earlier, she was my neighbour at the time. She said to me that the lads down the road have started their own coffee business, and I didn't know much about it, and I went down just as a customer to try their coffees. I came in, Ben greeted me and told me a little bit about what he was doing. I literally said to Ben, look, I've just been made redundant, can I get involved in any way? I could do like hearts on coffees, and that was about it at the time. And Ben said, oh, actually, we might need someone to come and sort of train some of our people down the line. You know, would it be something you'd be interested in? I was like, yeah. 5 years later, I'm still here.
I did my work experience here in year 10, and then I really enjoyed that. So I was approaching leaving school, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I got in touch with Ben and said, would you ever take an apprentice on? And he took me on.
And his mum does all the cakes for us as well, so she's a local baker and she does all our cakes, so it's all gone hand in hand. We all sort of started as customers really. We came in here just because we liked the product, we liked the people, we liked Ben, we liked James, and like for me, like I've really always invested in them. I've always said to James ever since he was like 16, I was like, it's really special what you have here. And I think a lot of people feel the same way when they come into the space. It's really welcoming and friendly, and like for me that's what drew me to the company and to Ben and James especially.